presenting Channeling Erik's Hour of Enlightenment.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Elisa here. In case you didn't know, and we got Erik, and we have Michelle, and we have Heather, our wonderful ladies. Now, Miss V is very upset because you guys, some of you, I don't know, not you probably, but people just railed on her, shot the messenger because of the vaccine video, and I think that's awful. People have feelings. Don't give unsolicited freaking advice if it's going to be hurtful, okay? If you don't believe in what she is channeling, then fuck it, because that's coming from my son, all right? And I don't care if you want to listen to these things. It is an asshole, and it's all microchipped and all that. When Erik says it's not, it's not. So get over yourselves. Anyway, hi. Hi. Everybody's saying on Z. You guys post to her, tell her, that she's wonderful because she is. And, anybody who's going to sit there and be rude, they're going to be blocked permanently. We don't need this kind of toxicity. This is the time of Aquarius where we are supposed to cull the toxicity out of our lives. We're supposed to examine who we really need in our life and who we don't. And I'm discovering now who we don't need to have in our lives. Erik, would you like to counter on that?
Yes, he just says that really this is about unity, and people can have different truths. He says reality has many different truths to it, but he says think about what you're saying, what you're putting out there, and what is closer to unity and what's closer to separation. Because he says that the more we fall into separation, the further we're going to be apart in coming together, the harder it's going to be. But he says not only as a collective, but in your own life, because we are what we create. We are what we put out there. So he says really think about that.
So what do you say to these?
What
do you say to these people who are very insulting of her? I had one person who said, "You're going to lose your reputation because you said the vaccine, that Erik said the vaccine is good." No, who are you going to believe? Excuse me, I'm going to believe spirit. I'm not going to believe a human. Okay?
All right.
Or another channel who probably is not really channeling my son. But all right, Erik, what do you have to say to those people who hurt her feelings horribly? You can tell I'm very upset because I just found out about this right now.
Yeah. So Erik wants me to bring up, for some reason, and this will probably make sense after I channel it, but he's talking about the Michael Jackson video years ago. When Michael Jackson came through and it wasn't brought out through the medium that he, that this whole pedophile thing, it wasn't brought out. There are things we're not meant to know at that time, whether it's good or bad. It's for our own personal growth.
I didn't ask.
And this,
I did not want to ask. I thought that would be rude.
That's right.
And I was here.
That's right.
I wanted to gather what we could learn spiritually from the man.
That's right.
And not pick on one possible flaw.
He's saying that there, and I didn't read any of this or remember this, but he's telling me that there were comments about it, how there were things that were not brought up, and he's comparing that, and he's saying, what's channeled is channeled. We're not meant to know the specifics of everything, but right now we're meant to know that we need to help each other and we need to save each other's lives.
Yeah.
And so, something doesn't come through at that time, which somebody else thinks should, or thinks, that because of history, this is what's going to happen. You need to come at every day with a new frame of mind, with an open perspective.
Yes, that's right. But yeah,
well
I'm all
said,
for unity.
Erik.
But anybody who is listening right now, if you wrote a rude comment, I want you to hang up now. All right? I don't want you in my life because you hurt a dear friend of mine for nothing more than channeling my son. Anyway, I'm human. What can I say? Ugh.
Yeah, that was hard.
Don't mess with Mama Bear, man. and the ones he loves. Okay, I got to protect my cubs. And, I don't mind advice that's solicited and respectful, but otherwise, no. This is not a place for judgment. And y'all are saying, well, you're judging us. No, I'm setting boundaries. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm setting boundaries. I'm keeping the people out of my life and other people's lives who will only bring their energy down and separate and not unify. So, mic drop on that. All right, so let's talk about what we're here for today. This Tuesday, that's today, Eric, we're going to be talking about the spiritual reasons for diseases, illnesses, viruses, things like that. I mean, why do we get them? How often, what percentage of the time is it because of a spiritual contract? Like I have a woman who are doing scalar stuff on that has Lyme disease, and it's part of her contract. So what can you tell us?
Heather, do you want to go or what?
Oh yeah, this one is near and dear to my heart because But Michelle, I'm going to have you go first, and then I'm going to follow up because I really want to channel this and get out of my conscious mind.
This is, it seemed to me. It is to me because this has been the crux of my spiritual journey. Really headed out because of, the catalyst was disease, was a diagnosis of cancer. And so, this means a lot to me as well. And what Erik says is, he says this is really a broad subject, too, because we were speaking a couple moments before the show, and he told me that it would be really good to break it down, to understand that the reason that we have disease, we have illnesses, and we have viruses, we have to understand, just like he said a few moments ago, about how there are many different realities. There are different versions of truth. When it comes to illness, disease, and virus, it breaks down, meaning that there's spiritual causes, there's contracts involved. It happens due to collective reasons. It happens contracts with families, with individuals, on he says on a personal level. And he says, so we can break it all down and look at all the different reasons why. But he also says that even some diseases that are hereditary come through, he says, on a karmic level that we carry forward. And he says, even right now, he said that our generation right now, or all those of us on Earth, are here volunteering to release a lot of that. So many light workers that are, we know healers, we've heard the term wounded healers, that many of us come in with diseases or have different illnesses or have these, these long-term illnesses that we are working through to release for generations to come that have been carried forward on a cellular level. So he says it's really a mixture and really is all of the above because we can have it as a contract. And then he says, remember, disease is disharmony. It's dis-ease. It's disease, dis-ease within always starting at an energetic level and then coming into the physical level. So he says once it comes into the physical, that's right too. He's just reminding me to also say that we are now at the time where we are at the cusp and really at the pioneer stages, but it's already in our awareness deeply as a collective that Western medicine is not the only way that we are going to clear disease and heal, that it has to be a combination. So there's so much that I could probably talk on for another hour here because he's just filling me with so much information. But we'll just start there, and Heather, you can tack on to that.
Well, also, I would like y'all to cover why some people got and died from COVID. If there's, but go ahead, have you start, but just y'all don't forget that because I will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very much what Michelle channeled as well from Erik is that it is about we are learning in this age now about mind, body, spirit healing. And that's one of the major disservices of Western medicine. Not to say that there aren't these kind of illnesses and viruses elsewhere, but we have sort of separated ourselves from the mind, body, spirit. We don't realize that it's all in one, and there's more than one circulatory system. The energetic system is very important because we're all made of energy. So it's almost like he's showing me like we're puzzle pieces, and we're finding our way to put those puzzle pieces together as he's showing me the DNA helix. So he's saying that there's a lot of fragmented pieces and fractures. Is that right? Fragmented pieces and fractures in the helix system. And it takes mind, body, and spirit to repair that. But we are here to heal for our future generations. Viruses are supposed to be here. We actually can't survive without viruses. Viruses do help us. Some of them do. And he says, but what happens is there's always duality. There's always good. There's always bad. There's always some viruses that are the naughty ones will outgrow the other ones in certain circumstances. And it's learning the balance of life in the mind, body, spirit realm. And I'm trying to understand what he's showing me, but it's really fucking confusing. So I don't know if that made sense, but
yeah, is a virus?
He's showing me a lot of pictures.
I'm sorry. Scientists are really torn with whether a virus should be considered a living creature or not, because it does not fit all the different the parameters for a living organism.
Okay, Eric's beating on a drum. All right, tell me why you're beating on a drum. It's like, I'm beating on a drum because I want you to feel the vibration. He said, he's talking about rife. What, rife? He's talking about frequencies, sound frequencies. Anything that responds to a frequency is a living being, which is everything.
It responds. Like a rock would not respond to a frequency,
rock
right?
would respond. Absolutely,
it's not
a
living.
rock would respond.
It is living?
He shows it sitting dormant and then movement. I know what you're saying, Heather. Say that
again? Say that, Michelle.
He showed me when Heather was saying that, what he kept saying to me was dormant and then active. And so he said that it's both, that it's living and non-living and depends upon the host and what the frequency is of the host that creates the movement. So a rock can sit on the side of a stream and be completely still, or somebody can kick it and it will roll and create momentum and fall into the water. So he says it can be both. So it depends on the host.
Mama.
I was thinking maybe you were talking about swallowing rocks. If you're swallowing rocks like some of the dogs do. Okay.
Hey, Mama, listen to this. Listen to this. So you're going to understand this, Mom. Think about kidney stones and how they put lasers, and lasers, that's vibration. That breaks up kidney stones. Kidney stones are rocks.
Okay. True. In a response to frequency. Well, that's just a new way to define life. I mean, but it's hard to understand really, because we feel like life can reproduce itself. Life forms, living organisms can reproduce.
Right.
But that's a man-made, parameter constraint. So that's the spiritual definition of life is responding to frequency. Then
he wants to respond about COVID, about the virus, and he says like the spiritual cause, because he says all those things, like what he was just saying through Heather about needing the viruses and all of that. He says, so that's on one level, but he says there's also the purpose for virus on a spiritual level. He says viruses in general are the translation is too much in the physical, too much focus, an imbalance in the physical. For example, somebody who is getting ill requires to have more within and take less out into their physical life. A child that gets sick, it's pulling the parent or caregiver out of the physical. But he says with COVID is a collective virus, and what it means is it's the collective shift in consciousness. So it's got like a purpose, because he said that if we look at COVID, he's showing me the map of a body, and he says if we look at COVID, we could look at each part. So like we've got the different parts of the collective, the government, business, economy, education, and he says that's like when we get sick, we have a physical part of our body that hurts, causes us to pay attention to it. So when we think about illness, when we get sick, when we get a virus, it takes us away from the physical so that we can then focus on ourselves, whether it's self-care or we come to change. We think of how many people, myself included, where a catalyst is a major illness that allows us to take stock of our life, allows us to start to change. So COVID is a great big collective consciousness, collective virus.
Okay, yeah, look at how much more we're spending time with our children and our families.
Yeah.
And how we're like, what the fuck do we do? We've never spent this much time with my loved ones.
But people passing.
What percentage of
the people? What? Sorry. He just said that
no, go ahead.
People passing as well. People that have been sick. He says there's many different purposes. He says some of it is contract of leaving the earth. That just happens to be their exit that they're taking to leave. Mm-hmm. Some of them have to do with change, some changes that are very abrupt that need to happen to put them on a different pattern or a different purpose. So he says it's another catalyst for whatever the next step is in that person's evolution.
What percentage of diseases, illnesses, etc., are spiritual contracts, Erik? More or less?
God damn. He's showing me such complicated pictures.
Erik, just give a number.
A little bit.
Please, baby,
go ahead, Michelle. I'm gonna try to figure this out.
But between 40 and 60%, because he says it may be a contract sometimes to have an illness for a specific purpose, like a child coming into life that has an illness that it's not the child that brought the illness on, but it could be the collective karma from the family or something within the family that's going to be learned. Or he says it could be based on the free will, the route that a person is taking in life and the lessons that they need to learn to get them to that next level. So there may be part of their contract.
Like if somebody got cirrhosis of the liver by drinking too much, kind of like that?
Yeah. Yeah, so he's saying it's not always, it's always got that spiritual purpose to it, but it doesn't always mean that that person's coming into life to definitely have this disease and this is what they're going to learn. Because he says free will plays so much of a big part in our path.
Well, what percentage of these illnesses can be revoked? Like with the scalar, Atlantis Scalar, Michelle, how many can be revoked? What percentage? With the scalar the Atlantis Scalar Spiritual Contract Revocation Service?
It's 85 to 90%.
Wow. And the others, they still have to learn, so it's,
Yeah. And he says, the thing is, when he says revoke too, he says, now remember, he says that doesn't mean that the scalar service itself does the work. He says, because sometimes there's certain contracts that come in that need major attitude shifts or major life shifts to help support the work.
Right. Mm-hmm. And maybe knowing that you have this spiritual contract, dude, did you learn from it? If so, let's revoke it.
That's right.
Wow, I have a contract in humility, and sometimes when I do the trauma report, I tell them what their spiritual contracts were, and sometimes just knowing it makes it obsolete. It's like, oh, I get it, and I see what I need to learn, and
knowledge is power.
Yeah.
he's also talking about, like, he's walking a tightrope right now, and he's talking about how it's walking a fine line. We can revoke contracts, but there are where we come in here to the contracts are not for necessarily for us or our life to extend, but for others, and for medical advancement, for humanity, and for ethics.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, before we take callers, I want to ask, what percentage of people are sick, have an illness of some sort because of the ascension from 3D to 5D? Because I do have this ascension preparation protection energy thing that Erik wanted me to create, but I don't know how many people need that. I mean, what percentage of people need that? It doesn't seem like it would be very many.
He's talking about fibromyalgia. He's talking about there's at least 75 to 80% of people with fibromyalgia or some sort of chronic pain, whether it be headaches or a joint or something, okay, he's shifting on me now. Jesus.
He's a shifty boy.
Like he's bouncy ball. Oh, my God.
Oh, you know him. Of course he is.
I might add on what you're saying, Heather, because I think what he's trying to say is that so let's say, for example, somebody with fibromyalgia that has that in their contract based on whether they're coming into it or it's something as a result of holding on to emotions or pain. So then on top of that, he says the person who has that is usually a very sensitive, empathic person.
Okay, yep.
Who is then affected. Yes. So 75 to 80%.
Yes.
Oh.
This was the image he was giving me, and I couldn't understand it until you just said that, Michelle. It was, it's definitely, they come in. We're talking a lot of extraterrestrial energy, and they don't feel comfortable in the human body. So that's why I couldn't understand why he was shifting from this to something else. But I was like, okay, I need to decipher this. But it's about extraterrestrial energy and also the crystal children, the indigo children. Yeah. They feel it a lot more. So ascension sickness is real. Yeah. But it's something that we can, with connecting the mind, body, spirit, it's something that we can heal from, and the pain can go away. Okay, so these people might need empath protection, packet service, and ascension, and spiritual contract revocation. Who knows? I don't know. He said you can get a consult from Master Angel Erik if you want to find out. He said it's more understanding where you came from. Well. Yeah. Exactly. All right, y'all. Erik, do you want to say anything else before we take callers, sweetie? I love you, Mama. I love you, Michelle. I love you, Heather. I love you all who are on the line. And let's do this. Let's rock and fucking roll. And we love V. I mean, I started crying while y'all were talking because I just gotten news that one of my grandkids had a screening that could be fatal. And then I get this shit about y'all attacking, not y'all, but people attacking poor V for no reason. Yeah. I mean, why? Yeah. I just compare. I might have a grandkid that's going to die in 3 months versus V, right, being petty and attacking her. It's not right. It's not right. Yeah. And if you guys know who did it, you better give a talking to them. Come together, folks. Yes, come together. You guys, please get in touch with V and help her heal her heart. Because you know what? Now's that's going to help me heal mine. Okay? That will help me heal mine, I promise. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, anyway, let's take somebody from the 702 area code. I'm sorry. Hang on. Hello, 702 area code. How are you?
Okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How can we help you? Is this Mary?
Yeah. And I talked to you about my son, my 19-year-old son. he just committed suicide last month, and it was just so
and
random.
And people are doing shit to D, and it's happening around us. So, do you want to get in touch with him, babe?
So much.
Okay.
It's so much.
I told Eric to try to get him. What's his first name again?
Noah. His name is
Noah. That's right.
Noah Michael.
Noah
Michael
Noah
Lombardo.
Is it Noah without an H?
It's Noah. Yeah.
It's okay with the H. Okay, got it.
No, with an
Eric,
H.
can you get Noah?
Can you connect with a teddy bear? Is there a teddy bear?
Oh, I call him Bear.
Yeah.
I call him Bear.
So he's here.
I call him.
That's the first thing he said. He wanted to give you confirmation that he's there, and he said teddy bear, and his arms are out wide.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I love him
Mom,
so
I
much.
love you. Mom, I love you so much. I'm so sorry. I'm still here. You do get messages from me. I'm always going to be your bear. And I'm hugging you right now. And you can feel the tingles.
I can't. Thank you. Thank you.
He's
beautiful.
Thank
you so much.
Noah, what happened? Was this a spiritual contract, or what happened? I think your mom probably wants to know.
I was not. Okay, he's showing me that he was different. He's definitely a crystal child. So he did he have big eyes, like big eyes?
He had beautiful eyes.
And you could like look at his eyes, and you could see into his soul.
You fall into him.
He's saying his eyes were the universe because he came from the universe, and he had a hard time living in this physical realm, and he wanted to go home so bad. And the reason why he stayed as long as he did was for his family, was his love for his family. But it was too much for him to take the difference to where I could not get out of that. I could not fit in a box. I was not from here. He was such he could put his hand on you and you could feel the warmth. And he was a physical healer. It was too much for him on this realm, and he's going to come back.
Why did he come here?
And he's what?
He came here for the help and healing of the greater consciousness, and he had a huge effect on the community. Huge. And it's become
beyond my imagination.
It's become a big change when it comes to recognizing our youth who are in trouble or who are not doing well, and he had a huge impact in his 19 years here. And he's sorry that he left as soon as he did. But his life had meaning, and it will for a very, very long time. And you should be very proud of you should be proud to be my mom, because you were the best mom in the whole, and you understood me. And you used to tell me that it was okay the way I felt, and that it was okay to be the way I was and to not change. And that you have no idea how the impact that had on my soul.
Oh God, that's amazing.
Okay, so
I love you,
Mom. He's going to come back?
I love you too, baby. I love you too.
Oh, Noah said he's going to come back.
So much.
Wait, he's going to come back, Sherry.
What's that?
He keeps saying he's going to come back.
Yeah.
He's going to come back?
And he's got, do you have a dog?
I do. He's got two.
Is your dog old, or did you get the dog after him?
No, she was his dog. We had two dogs. One, his dog he got her. He picked her out, but she was still in the dog's belly. She's about 6 or 7 years old now.
So this dog has a part of him in there, but he's also going to come back as another dog who's going to come into your life when you get older.
Oh wow!
Will he come back as a human?
And you're going to
too hard for
recognize
them to
it.
come back as a human.
You're gonna recognize it because this dog is going to be all about teddy bears.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You keep in touch with me. Keep in touch with me,
I
okay?
promise you I will. I promise you. Thank you. You've given me a great gift. Thank you. I promise you I will.
Oh, sure.
Thank you. And
Love
fuck
you,
those
Sarah.
people talking shit to you. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. This people
Thank you
is
so
what's
much.
important.
They're crazy.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I love you, baby. Thank you so much.
See, people,
I will be.
this is what's important. This is what's important. It's not whether you disagree with a frickin' channeling about a vaccine, okay?
That's right.
That's right.
Jerry just proved my point.
That's right.
And Noah
Thank you,
did,
my love.
too.
Thank
Right.
you.
I love you, Jerry.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you so
beautiful.
much. I will be back. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you.
That.
I love you.
Oh, wow. That was
beautiful,
so.
Heather.
Oh, my God. That was so
that was
beautiful.
amazing.
I'm surprised because that was really
God,
that came through really strong for
Yeah.
a new, because that's
I
where,
know.
that's where
It
he's
must
his
be a
strongest.
very strong energy.
Very strong energy, big time. Yeah.
Okay. So I believe that there are lots of lessons being learned on this show, and I hope so. I really feel like there should be. Okay, just a minute. I'm looking for somebody that I promised I would let them come through. That's very important. Oh gosh, I hope she didn't hang up. Oh goodness. Sorry guys. No, I guess she just gave up.
Probably
Oh, dang it. All right,
not meant to be yet.
All right, we have somebody from the 831 area code. Hi there.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello. How are you?
Sorry.
No
my
problem.
name is Christina, and I
Yes,
really
hi,
love
Christina.
listening to the two of you beautiful ladies, going back and forth and speaking your truth. I want to know, could I make a comment and then, share a quick little story and then ask a question?
Sure. Go ahead, Debbie.
I wanted to get your your take on it. This is the second time I've called your show, and I think it might have been a month ago that I talked to y'all, and you guys were telling me how Erik is a trickster, and I forget the question that I asked, but I just know we were all laughing, and I had an experience happen, and I thought, oh, my God, Erik, if it's you, please, I have AFib. I can't deal with being scared right now.
Oh, gosh.
And he was super sweet, but I woke up and my pillow was dry, and I was doing laundry, and when I came back a couple hours later in my bedroom, my pillow was soaking wet, but there was no water on the floor. There was no way to explain why my pillow was soaked. Like, nothing to explain it. No water nearby. Just
what
like.
did it smell like? Never mind. Maybe I don't want to know.
I smelled it because I thought, did my cat pee? Is my kitty missing me or something? And there was no urine odor at all. And so I washed my pillow anyway, but it just tripped me out. And then I was just hearing movement in my room at night, and that's when it became a little bit too much. And then it was nice because when I was saying, please, I just need a peaceful night's sleep, and I can't handle going through anything else at this point, and it just stopped. So I just thought I'll share that. And the other thing is what was really bizarre.
Oh wait, was that Erik?
Does that sound like Erik?
Was that Erik?
That's Erik.
Oh, okay,
Erik.
okay.
That's Erik. And he also says, Christina, that's exactly to show you as well your power, and that we're not there to scare you. We're not there to freak you out. We're there to show you that were there. We're there to show you what's possible and how much control you have over your own sovereignty, over yourself.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. I just looked him up after that, and what was really bizarre is a year ago, I do get visions, and my guides will speak to me at times. I wish I could just like dial them up, but they'll come and like talk to me immediately if there's something I need to know.
So awesome.
And the thing that I wanted to share was that a year ago, I woke up and I was hearing Erik is going to come in at closing. And so I was thinking, oh my God, maybe it's a new love, or, you know, somebody's going to be coming in. And my friend thought, yeah, you're closing on a house. But I wondered if it was maybe that, or is it Erik that's supposed to come in and help me out? Because he's 18, he just turned 18, but I just found out in court in September that he had planned on committing suicide and was making plans, and it really tore my heart out. And I thought, okay, I have to ask God, help me to navigate out of this very messy divorce, because I don't want to lose my son. Like as an adult, you know, like what can I do? Because I know that I want to react, but it's not going to make anything better, and I need to think about like how it's going to affect my children. So I thought, is Erik here for me, or is it just a coincidence? Like, I don't know. Like, what's your take on that whole vision and then the coincidence between my son? Like, I love him so much, and I don't know.
No coincidence.
No. Okay. So Erik often helps people who are toying with young people who are toying with the idea of suicide.
Yes.
And is he her son's guide? One of the guides, or
both?
Are you asking me that question? I'm sorry.
Wait.
He's in for both. He's there for both of you. Yes, he's there for both.
He's
for
her
both of you and your son.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like I'm trying not to trip out, because I'm like, wow, that like really like is spot on for me. And I'm just really glad that, you know, like, yeah, I was like, you have my attention. I know what it's like not to be in my body, because when I was 10, I was actually murdered by another child who was also a family member. And he didn't, I don't believe in my heart he meant to. But we were at a Bible camp, and when I was out of my body and I could see my little tiny body at the bottom of the pool, when I looked at him, I was suddenly looking out of his eyes, and I was feeling the horror and the pain and the fear.
Wow.
And he didn't understand. So he was 10, and he was running to go get the lifeguard. And when people ask me, did you ever tell on him? I'm like, no. And they're like, why? And I'm like, there was no need. I already knew he was sorry. So there was no reason to even bring it up. But I was on the other side for a while. And then they told me it wasn't my time. And I was not happy about coming back. But I was crying for my parents, because I felt lost. I wasn't here anymore. And we don't stop. We keep moving. That was the shocking thing.
Eric's asking, did you write a story about this? Did you write about this?
Yeah, I have, and I'm in the process of writing a novel.
Share it. Okay, that's right. So that's what he's talking about. And the funny thing too is that tonight I had posted a video of my son on the Channeling Erik blog Facebook page of him singing a song, because he reminds me so much of Erik, his mannerisms and everything.
Wow.
Erik is guiding me to tell you to watch that video, and you're going to recognize that in your son as well.
Cool.
Oh,
well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I will.
I think this will probably be not the last time you call in, because you have so many fascinating things to share. So I really appreciate you calling in.
You guys are great. You're welcome. I'm glad I was
You're
here
great.
when I read the
can
show
you,
description.
Can you private message me, Heather Hilton Hartford, because I am going to be doing short interviews on blog members, and your story's fascinating. So just private message.
Amazing.
So,
yeah.
okay.
I would love to
Thank
thank
you.
you.
You bet.
Say that again.
Heather Hilton
Heather
Hartman.
Hilton. Hartford.
Yes.
Like the city.
Hartford, dude. Oh my God. No, I'm
Hartford.
sorry. That was one of my parents' best friends. Oopsie. Oh, I know your name.
Of course you do.
All right. All right. We got somebody from the 818 area code. Hi there. How you doing?
Hi. I love you guys. I'm really enjoying this week.
Well, we love you.
I've called in before. This
We
is
love
Shelly.
you.
Who are you?
I have Shelly. I've called it. My real name is Rochelle.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question that pertains to somebody I don't know on the other side. And basically, I felt this person. I felt their death. And I'm just wondering if Erik, has anything to say about anything that helps for her family or anything. Her name is Amanda.
In your lifetime?
I never met her. I never knew her. I felt her death, though.
Is she somebody that was, like, can I ask you, was she tragically killed?
Yes.
Because the very first thing I'm getting right away is thank you for noticing. Thank you for feeling.
It's my job.
Yeah, like she recognizes that, and she just says thank you so much for that. She's got a lot of emotion towards you.
Yes.
Oh, wow. A lot of emotion. She's saying
I love
that.
her.
Yes, and she says that we know each other. We do know each other.
Yes,
maybe
she's got to be soul family.
Yes, and she says, "I love you. Thank you. Thank you very much." She feels very. What you're doing for her is releasing her soul, because she's showing like you're helping me spread my wings. So thank you.
So beautiful.
Are you? I can't make out exactly what you're doing for her, but she's showing like something repetitive that you're doing beyond thought. So are you in communication with her family?
No. I just talk to her, and then sometimes it gets overwhelming because I feel her sadness. I feel her heart, but I do try to communicate with her. Like, what do I do? What do I do? How do I help find you?
Michelle, can
because I do
one?
know, but I feel like he's in jail and he's going to help find.
Her body is missing?
Yes.
You're also because I'm seeing gatekeeper again. You're to help her cross over. You're going to be part of that, helping her cross over.
Is that what she's supposed to do for a lot of people?
Yes, you're a gatekeeper.
Ooh.
That's why you were attracted to her, but not only that, other people.
Right. Yes.
And that's why you feel dizzy. You feel dizzy sometimes when that happens. When you come upon those cases, you feel that dizziness.
Yes. I'm just automatically tuned in there.
Well, yeah, and you might feel it in your stomach as sort of a nausea
anxiety,
or a churning.
Yes.
So you gotta. Erik is saying, look into what it means to be a gatekeeper, and ways to protect yourself and ways to help. But I also see shamanism, like drumming. Yes, and I think, and he said,
exactly
you know
what
what
I've been
I'm talking
looking
about. He says,
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about, the drumming. He says that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody's going to
Cool.
speak up about her body. I don't know if it's him, but I feel there's some talking that's going to happen.
Wow.
I don't need to write him a letter or anything, do I? Because I know
No.
the last word.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
She
thank
wasn't
you
ready
for
to
calling.
come.
No,
Thank you.
for
I'll call
calling.
in.
Fascinating.
Thank you.
A gatekeeper. That is so freaking cool. All right,
That was
let's see. We got somebody from. Yes, beautiful. Aren't you a gatekeeper too, Heather?
Yeah.
Are you? I thought so. All right, so it takes one to know one. So we got somebody from the 786 area code. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hello?
Hi.
Just make a call. Yeah. Hi, how are you? I spoke to you all a couple weeks ago. Sorry about that.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
My name is Asim. My name is
what's your name
Asim,
again?
and
You were the one we were talking about who had the energy. You were the
yeah.
Yes, I remember
And Blue
you.
Bonnet.
I recognize your energy from the moment you spoke.
Oh my God.
No way. And
Cool.
guess what? That's my friend.
Before you even say
that was my
anything,
friend
we
that
talked
told me.
about
Mhm.
we talked about how a friend because I never remember this when I channel, but a friend of yours got you to call, and
Yes.
you were recognized as your spiritual gift, and we were telling you to get the fuck out there and do it.
Yeah.
And how
exactly.
special you are. Okay. Yep.
That was my friend you just spoke to, Shelly.
Oh.
Oh my God! There's no coincidences
cool.
ever. I never remember that shit, but I remember
no
that.
way.
Yes.
Well,
It's Erik.
great to be back.
Erik remembers it. Yeah.
Erik remembers. You asked me to ask you if I was part of a spiritual project, I believe, and I'm wondering if I could ask that question now, because you guys really hit a nerve and had me really
yes,
thinking.
Yes, of course you are. You already know you are. Why? Erik's like, why the fuck do you need to be told again? He's like, you just don't want to believe it, man. You just don't want to believe it. You're like, what? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But
I feel like I am, but I thought that I wanted to continue to hear from you. So, but
we're here for you, buddy. I'm gonna let Michelle go because I talked to you a lot, and honest to God, Erik's like clapping. He's standing up and he's doing a standing ovation. Thank you for coming back, my brother.
Oh, thank you for having me. I called last week and I didn't get through, but I said I'm gonna try again. So
I remember. I wasn't on last week, but boy, I remember you.
I'm so appreciative.
Thank you, Asim, for calling. Again.
Am I able to ask one more question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I have my childhood best friend actually committed suicide about almost 6 years ago now. His name was Ali Khan, and then his mother a few years after, and I was there for them through a lot of that, and I've been thinking about him a lot lately. So I was just wondering if there was any way possible that Erik would get in touch with him.
What Erik just said right before you asked this question is Erik said you were looking for validation for what you were feeling. And so then you just said that, and he just said, this is your validation because he says this guy is around you, trying to communicate with you. So he says, this is your opportunity to trust yourself so that you can speak to him because you have the ability to communicate. And he says you already do it through thought, so through your own thought, through your intuition. So he says what we want to tell you is, yes, he is around you, and we want to tell you that you have the ability to communicate. This is your validation.
And he wants to talk about his car. His car?
Yeah,
something about his car. and that's all he's
Ali
telling me.
Ali Khan wants to talk about his car.
He's trying to give validation, and he's saying something about his car. And he says that'll make sense. That'll make sense to him. He goes, "That's all I gotta frickin' say."
His Acura. I wonder. I gotta think about this. Okay.
Yeah, think about it. You'll get it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for calling in.
That.
Until next time, dude.
Next time. Take care. Love you guys. Take care.
You too, honey. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
What
he's
a
sweet.
sweetheart.
He's a sweetheart. All right, have somebody from the 415 area code. Hi there. How you doing? Anybody home? Hello. Anybody there?
Nobody home.
317 area code, is it? Did I say?
No, you said 415.
Oh, 41. No. Oh, I'm at 317 area code.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Oh, no, that was 13. Oh, no. Okay, I messed up. All right, I can't remember. Okay. CRS. Okay, now we got the 415 area code. Hi there, how you doing? I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Hi there.
Hi, this is Anne.
Hi, Anne. What you got for us?
I would like. I haven't called in the show before, so I don't know if you can give a general message, or would you like a specific question?
No, whatever you want. You want to just leave it to Eric, or you want to call in a loved one, or what would you like, darling?
I'll leave it to Eric.
Okay, Eric, what you got for Anne? Where are you calling from, by the way? That might help.
California.
California, okay.
Michelle, do you have something wrong with your feet?
My feet, my heel. Plantar fasciitis.
Oh God, yeah.
Pain in the heel. It's
better.
It's I stretch it and everything, but
Yeah, do the stretches with the tennis ball. Yeah. For example.
Yes, all that. Yeah.
He's talking about because he's showing me circulation in the feet, but movement in the feet, and he's also talking about you being grounded, because he says that I don't know if you suffer from any dizziness or you feel something. Because he's showing like going up and down, and he's saying that you would benefit from some grounding. And he says, like a prescription. He's
what do you mean?
Talking about, well, he says some people might require like grounding. We want to use based on how we're feeling every day. So we should do it every day. Some people might have to do it a little often, or more often rather. What he's saying is, he says that you're getting an abundance of energy moving in. And he's talking about your balance. And he says to increase your grounding. He keeps showing your feet and allowing the earth to come through, or the energy to come through your feet. And he's saying to do it more than once a day.
Well, if there's maybe walk around the grass or something, or what? Barefoot, or
do you walk on a path?
Or
do you have
there's
a path
park
nearby?
The waterfront. So I go to the park and walk along the water. I always feel a lot.
He said that's really good for you.
The water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's really good for you.
Wait, and why is he putting the energy in? What is this all about?
Well, he's showing visuals, and he's pointing to the head, and he said there's more coming through there's more coming into the head, and he's also saying that you're getting some visuals, like you're getting some imprints or ideas, and you may not know for sure where it's coming from, but he says it's spirit, and you have a loved one, a female that's communicating with you. I don't know if this is mother or grandmother. It's a maternal side that's giving you some messages, and so he's just saying to pay attention to it. They're going to increase, and to just take note. He says it wouldn't even hurt to write down some of the impressions that you're getting, so you can start linking them together for a message.
Well, what is her purpose? What is Anne's purpose here? I'm a bit confused. Why is all this coming through?
Well, she's a healer. She's a natural healer.
Ooh.
She holds light. He's calling her a pillar
Very
of light.
sensitive.
So where she's located, who she is right today is a pillar of light for herself and other people. And so he says it's a natural progression of her own evolution to bring more light in.
Wow.
He's
So she's
showing me where your bed is located in your room. Is it facing the door?
It's a small room, so I don't have a lot of
Okay.
options. The foot of my bed is near the door.
Facing the door. So he's talking about moving your bed to where your head is pointing towards the south. Your polarity is off.
Oh, the head. I'm just visualizing that head to the south.
To the south, yeah, and away from the door.
Bed doesn't fit that direction. But
get the mirrors out of your bedroom.
Get the what out of my bedroom?
Mirrors.
Oh, okay.
What,
I
the
heard that
negative
was
entities? Wait, is there negative entities?
Nope. It's magnifying the polarity problem.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting. Is she an empath?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does she need empath protection, or is she okay? I mean, from Atlantis Scalar? Or can she do this on her own?
It never hurts, but it's about grounding. Like Eric said through Michelle, definitely grounding.
Yeah. All right. I think we'll close off. Thank you, Anne, for calling. I want you to call in again. I don't think we're finished with you. I just think there's things that have not been said that still should be said, but that's going to be for another time. Anyway, so, anywho, you guys, please reach out to veronicadrake.com, and give her some love. And, of course, you guys go ahead and tell how they can connect with you. Please.
You can connect with me, Michelle, at The Healing Heart, thehealing and h-art.com.
And Heather,
you can look me up on Facebook, Heather Hilton Hartford, or Common Ground Cafe on Facebook. It's a private group, or commongroundhealing.com. And under tarot readings is where I do channeling.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so I guess that's it for this show. Y'all can also
and don't
check
forget
out
Elisa. Don't forget
by the
Elisa,
way,
Atlantis Scalar.
AtlantisScalar.com. Guess what, guys?
Yep.
I am trying to get approved for Sezzle, Sezzle, so that of course I have to pay a fee, but that's fine. But y'all can get interest-free payment plans, because here's the problem: people who need energy work very often have open portals and closed portals, and so they have struggled with financial abundance. So this will give some time for like the portal work to work, so you can get in some abundance. So I'm hoping to be approved. Eric, make it happen so that people can have an easier time. Okay?
That's awesome.
All right. I love you guys.
Love you.
I love you.
Love you, Mama.
Bye.
Night, guys.
Bye.
Good night.